This is episode 98 of the Out of the Minds podcast. I'm Sean Oakley.
And I'm Sam Cooper, and we are back with a post-Kirton roundup and the game that happened before Kirton, so everything doesn't really matter. But we'll go through the game anyway.
It does, and it's interesting. I actually think what we should do is, if we do the game first, and then I'll do the post-Kirton roundup and the lessons I took away from that, because I think that's the better way of doing it.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So let's jump straight in. I am flying the T70 list from last week with Hello, Snappy, Care, Jess, and Nimi. And you've brought some different separatists for me.
Yeah, so I brought what I figured was going to be something along the lines of a very vaguely meta separatist, but because I'm me, I can't help but take different pilots. So I've brought a Fire Spray, a Belbelub, a Rogue Class, and a Tri-Fighter. So we've got Aura Singh in the Fire Spray with Proton Bombs, the Slave 1 title, and Veteran Tailgunner. General Grievous in the Belbelub with Marksmanship, Shield Upgrade, Impervium Plating, and Solar Swan. Dirge in the Rogue Class with Proton Cannons, the Xanadu Blood title, and Bo-Katan Crew. And Volan Das in the Tri-Fighter with Outmaneuver.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Good ships. Like, I don't know. There's not really much more to go with that one. It's just 4 good ships.
Like, all I4 or I5. Aura's got her built-in force point, so...
Yeah. Basically, Aura is functionally acting like every other Fire Spray in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
that really gets played these days.
She's effectively she's a Django without the whistle and bells and not I6, but you're gaining a point for that. Like, she can double tap, and she's got bombs, and she's got a force point. That's all you really need on a fire. I mean,
that's pretty much what I was going for.
Let's be honest. Force point, all you really need on a Fire Spray. Veteran Tail. Veteran Tail's nice.
I think in the current climate, Veteran Tail Gunner makes, like, at least in terms of separatist Fire Sprays, I think if Veteran Tail Gunner, like, I feel like when you're running Fire Sprays, my personal thought is you need some way to shoot twice.
Yeah. So we are playing Scramble the Transmissions. It's effectively the setup that you get on almost every single Scramble. A line down the middle, slightly askew, because no one wants to put it far back in their opponent's corner, because let's be fair, these days everyone's got enough ships to leave one hanging back to claim that turn 2 and start going.
Although recently, with some of the lists I have been running, I have actually been putting that in the back because I've got the secret spicy tech for that.
Slam. Intercept boosters. Yeah.
It's intercept boosters on a 3-point Tri-Fighter. Is like, if I die, I die. If I don't, I probably get a point.
Now, it's funny you should mention that, because I have got something along those lines on the post-Kirton twist, so... But anyway, obstacles. I've brought the 3 small rocks. Sam has brought the 3 Pride of Mandalore, because Sam doesn't own any other rocks.
Yeah, why change what's working?
And we've effectively got 3, as I'm looking at it, 3 in a line just below the centre objective. The Moustache Rock halfway up the left-hand side near that objective, and then 2 on your side of the board. It's effectively, as I'd be looking at it, a C.
And as I'd be looking at it, I'm looking at like an N.
From the side angle, certainly an N.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lanes, there's space, which there's space for me to, if I need to, group up, but there's also lanes to kind of force you into going, if you're coming near the centre objective, to force you, and I don't mind having the rock just below the centre objective on my side, because I'm pretty sure you can skirt that and still hit range 1.
Yeah, definitely.
What I've started doing, if I want to place one on my opponent's side, blocking it off, I make sure that the other side is just beyond range 1.
Yep.
But I am first player for setup. We overlap on the 4s and the 5s. But my 2 and 3s go down first. Nimi goes down on my right, just to the right of the small objective, so I can head up... small obstacle even, so I can head up towards the right-hand objective, claim that, turn into the centre, see what happens. And Jess goes next to her. Simple as that. Then my 4s. Care just goes to the left of those guys, the other side of the small rock in the gap between that and the Centre Pride of Mandalore one. Basically, so she can just go forwards if she needs to, and she'll group up with those two. She can bank or turn in if you turn the fire spray towards them. Snappy goes the left-hand side of the centre objective through the other gap because with his free boost, he can get places fast. And then you set up your force.
My force. So I slap Grievous in my far right hand corner. Basically, there's a bunch of ships to my left. I'm going to stick on the far right, and we'll see if I can get a flank because that's what Grievous does. And I put Aura like slightly to the left of center because my plan here was I was just going to basically bank towards the center and then go as fast as I can and try and claim the center and have an escape angle out essentially.
Yeah. Because
I figured you would curve in behind me, and then I could the fire spray could escape out while shooting behind, dropping proton bombs.
Yeah. So I set up Elo on my far left, opposite Grievous, because I don't want you having that free flank.
Yeah.
And I'd send the T-70 one-on-one with Grievous because it's not outmaneuver anymore, so it's slightly less.
Exactly. So I tilt it into my favour by deploying Dirge basically directly behind Grievous and lining up his proton cannon with Elo and saying, if we are going straight at each other, I'm going to shift this in my favour. And I also deploy Volan slightly to the right of the centre on my board edge. With the idea being he can go forward, and if Elo does commit to fighting Grievous and Dirge for whatever reason, Volan can come in on the other side. I can basically try and pincer Sean's I-5.
Which I was kind of okay with, because I'm not going to take on Grievous and Dirge.
Yeah.
But it has forced you to, like, I suppose, spread out your ships. And I'm reasonably okay with not a one-on-one with most of your ships, but if I can get two T-70s against a fire spray, I'm reasonably happy with that.
Yeah.
Because it's not Bobby, you're not as defensive. I'm reasonably happy with one T-70 versus the Tri-Fighter. Like,
yeah, I mean that literally all comes down to manoeuvring, doesn't
it?
Yeah,
exactly.
If Volan Das gets to do his shenanigans, he's golden. If he doesn't, he just dies.
Exactly. But yeah, so we start the game, roll off, and I am first player for turn 1.
Isn't this the game where you're first player of like every single round?
I'm pretty sure it's quite a few of them. So we start with Nimi, who does a 2 straight and takes a lock on to Care, and Jess does a 3 straight and takes a focus. Because of where you've placed the fire spray, I want to jump on it. Or if not jump on it, certainly get there where it's only the fire spray and Volan I have to worry about. And so to that extent, Temin does a 2 bank. I thought about the boost and I was slightly concerned that it would put me in front of Care. So I just 2 bank and focus, and Care does a 2 straight and focuses. Because I don't want to overcommit before I can get Jess and Nimi up there. Because then the T-70s die.
So over to me. So Aura does, I believe that is a 2 bank to the right, then a focus. Like I said, I'm angling towards the centre with the idea I want to go as fast as I can and then jet out of the way whilst the T-70s are still, in theory, coming towards the centre and tagging that far objective. Grievous does a 5 straight, and I believe I just boost because I just didn't actually think Elo was coming my way. Then Dirge does a 5 straight.
So Elo goes first, does a 3 hard and takes a focus.
And then Dirge does a 5 straight. I boost to the left, and I focus boost to the left because I'm like, maybe Sean to Elo.
Yeah.
But not. And Volan does a 3 straight and focuses.
Yeah. And there's no shooting. Which, yeah, I'm kind of because the stressing on Dirge, I think, kind of narrows down his options now because it's harder for you to get past the moustache rock that's in front of him with the blues.
I mean, 2, 3, 4 straight.
Yeah, no. You can go straight, but that locks you into not cutting in, is what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, I could 1 bank.
But that would put you right in front of the rock, so then you're forced to reposition.
Yeah.
So,
like, to me, there's interesting because the stress to me is just like not an obstacle.
Fair.
Yeah, but for me, because I was always going to be chasing after Elo with Grievous and Dirge.
I mean, I thought you would.
The idea being here is essentially we're circling around each other.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that I can catch your back before. Basically, we're the snail eating its tail. I'm hoping to eat the tail before your tail gets me.
Yeah. So we go into turn 2, and I am first player. Anemi does a 3 straight and takes a focus, and Jess does a 2 straight to line them back up with each other. Opens her wings and claims the right hand objective. Care does a 2 straight and takes a focus, and Snappy does a 3 hard. Because if you're coming round after Hello, I'm hoping Snappy might catch you.
Yeah, that's
and takes a focus with his wings open.
So Aura does a 4 straight, and I claim the center objective. Grievous does a 2 bank to the left, and I can't remember what action I do. Focus boost, because I figure Elo's going to be there somewhere, and I think I was trying to dodge Snappy's arc if I could.
So Elo opens his wings, then does a 3 talon, and because it's Elo, he treats it as white. And did I not take an action there? Why did I not take an action there?
I don't know. Is it because it's paused?
No, because you're moving your ships. Well, there we go.
I can't help you with that one.
Why did I not take a? I have no idea. Well, there we go. Oh, no, I know. I attempted a boost to the right to just see if it got past Grievous or not.
Right.
And it didn't. It failed. Yeah. That's what it was.
So Volan hard turns to the right because I didn't really want anything to do with any of these Tri-Fighters. Volan's fast enough that he can do what he likes. I just take a focus because I'm pretty sure he's relatively safe and I don't want to stress him. And Dirge does a 2 straight and a focus.
Claims.
Oh, did I claim?
Yeah.
Yes, I did claim.
So we go to Elo first, who has the range 1 shot into Grievous. I roll 3 hits and a blank. I Predator into a crit.
I roll a blank evade. So. You are in my arc, so no happy shenanigans.
So 3 shields gone on Grievous.
Yes. So obviously Volan no shot. And Dirge just does a range 2 shot into Elo. I roll 2 hits.
I roll focus blank, so take 2 shields.
Everyone's happy.
Then we go to Snappy. What do I do here? I have a 3 obstructed into Grievous, a 3 into Dirge, and a 3 into Volan. And
I'm rolling 4 dice, so it's either Volan or Grievous.
My guess is Grievous, an attempt to strip the focus, but we'll find out. And actually, I think it is Grievous, because I roll crit focus blank, and it looks like I'm re-rolling the blank because you're in Elo's bullseye from
makes sense.
Spends the focus for hit crit. Doesn't spend the focus, sorry, just the crit, because I'm likely getting shot. We go to Care, who has a range 3 obstructed into the fire spray. She rolls crit focus blank, M9's the blank into a crit, and spends for 1 hit 2 crits.
Yep, I roll my 4 dice and we get a million evades.
Yep. Then we go to Grievous.
Yeah, so we've got range. Wait, do I do the range 1 into Elo, or do I take the sneaky shot into Snappy? I think with Snappy, Snappy had arc, so I just go range 1 into Elo and dice.
This is range 1 into Elo. 3 hits and a crit out of hand.
3 hits and a crit out of hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 blanks. So heroic.
You got heroic
into 1 of 8. So that is shield, hit crit, and the crit is a damage sensor array. Then it's the fire spray.
I think I just pile into Elo.
You do.
Because I've got you low enough now that even if you are range 3 obstructed, it's still worth going to because you have no token.
Yeah. You have hit crit. I roll many of 8. And that's it.
It's 2-1 to me on objective.
2-1 to you.
And that's a pretty, I guess, I'm not going to say even trade, relatively fair trade, in that short of Grievous lucking out on the snappy shot.
Yeah,
I piled 3 shots into.
Yeah, no, I think what you managed to get into Elo is more than fair. And I'm kind of okay. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it in the sense that I can now turn into the centre, just sort of slow roll down there, claim the centre, claim the top, and you kind of have to. If you either come towards me or you've got to start skirting all round the edges. I've got the much more direct route, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you'll be facing much more multiple shots, is the hope. So yeah, it's interesting because I've not done much damage, but I've knocked the shields off Grievous. That's kind of important.
Yeah, no, that is important because the Grievous is almost at half health, and so it actually has to be a little bit more careful.
I've really got to learn to press stop. So we go into turn 3, and yes, I am first player again. And Nimi does a 3 hard and takes a focus. Jess follows her with a 3 hard and takes a focus. It lines them nicely up on the centre line. Care does a 2 straight and claims the centre objective. Yep. Snappy does a 2 bank to the right because I'm trying to block Aura. No, I'm not. I do a 2 bank to the right. I boost to the left with his free boost. And then I check range 1 because I'm trying to get the top objective. And it's just out. Grievous.
Yeah, so Grievous, I believe that is a 3 straight focus boost to the left, just trying to get out of dodge. And then Aura does I want to say that is a 2 straight.
Yeah.
And then I believe that's a claim check.
Yeah, you reclaim the centre. Yeah. I
think I was out.
I do a talent roll with Elo to my left. Which sticks me nicely behind Grievous, and I take a focus.
Then Dirge just does a 1 bank to the right, and I focus barrel roll to the right, trying to line up the bullseye onto Elo. Volan does a 3 hard to the left, going after Elo, because, 2 health, X-Wing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was expecting Elo to die this round, which is why I went for the talent that way to try and get the shot into the back of Grievous. But
and I believe Volan just focuses here.
Yeah. It's kind of penned all your list into one corner, so...
Yeah.
Focus boost. Focus boosts.
Right, because Volan's dial is kind of hilariously amazing, so yeah.
So Elo shoots first, and I believe has a range 2 bullseye into Grievous. After Predator and the focus, I've got hit, crit.
I roll blank into blank, and I re-roll with Solus 1 into a blank.
Don't worry, the crit is a ship crit.
Yeah, so Impervium Plating says no.
That's fine, down to 3. Dirge.
Yeah. Dirge fires the proton cannon into Elo. I get hit, focus, I believe.
Yeah, I'm always sad when the proton cannon rolls 4 paint.
Yeah, spend the focus and change 1 to a crit for 3 and a crit, and Elo rolls 2 blanks.
I'm dead.
That's alright, he's got heroic.
I'm dead regardless of... I heroic into 2 evades, but I still die. So 4 points to you. None of my falls have shots, so it's straight to your falls.
Yeah, and I believe Aura has is that a range 3 to Nimi I had?
I think...
range... I've got Temin, haven't I?
Yeah, Temin range 1. And you roll 1 hit.
I ended with 1 hit, yeah.
I still take it, but that's okay. And then Grievous has a range 3 into Care.
Yeah, range 3 outmaneuver into Care Kun. I roll 2 hits in a focus, and I spend my focus 3.
No outmaneuver. That's last points update.
Of course, last part. So no outmaneuver on Greavy.
You roll 3 hits. I roll the classic heroic roll of 2 blanks and a focus.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite.
So I take the 3 shields. Then we go to
like I never lost heroic.
Then we go to my 3 Jess. She has got a range 3 into the fire spray. She's got 2 ships around her for rerolls. She rolls hit 2 blanks, spends a charge to convert, spends the focus for 3 hits.
I roll 2 blanks and evade, so that's 2 shields down on Aura.
And then Nimi has a range 3 shot. With her ability in the focus, I end up with 2 hits.
I roll 1 evade. And
that's one more
take one
shield.
damage onto Aura.
So it's like, okay, I'm 8-2 down, but 3 of my T70s can just roll into the center, claim that objective. Yes, you probably drop a proton bomb, but everyone apart from Care's got shields. I'm pretty sure that Snappy can 3 hard round that rock and claim the top objective. Maybe if you're second player, you can claim it back with the fire spray. But Dirge and Volan are moving away. Grievous probably 2 banks boosts in, but I just accept that.
The problem I have is that Aura is a bit pigeonholed because she's stuck because of where Volan and Dirge are.
Yeah. Whereas that
is an issue.
So I'm reasonably happy that I can certainly get a 2-1 advantage, maybe even a 3-0. And then I'm already circling back round towards where your ships are as well. Yeah. So it's one of those. I'm behind, but it's not bad.
It's not backbreaking.
Yeah.
Essentially, what's happened is the gap I have bought by killing Elo is going to be rectified. I've basically bought a point gap that you're going to climb up, and that's what I got for killing Elo by committing this way.
Yeah. So we roll off turn 4, and I am first player again. System phase.
Yes, so I drop a bomb because there's 3 T70s directly behind me, so why not?
Nimi, 4 straights. Goes, cool, I'll take your bomb. Takes the focus. Jess, 4 straights. Goes, cool, I'll take your bomb. Takes the focus. I do a 3 bank with Care. Oh no, I don't think Jess did take I think Jess did the claim.
Yeah.
I 3 bank with Care, which leaves me closer than I thought it would. What I should have done here was close my foils, because the likelihood is I'm not shooting anybody facing that way. Yeah. I kind of had it in my mind for the Daredevil boost.
Right.
But,
that makes sense.
But in hindsight, that just... If I'd left my wings closed, a Daredevil boost likely still lines up a bullseye, so I don't lose a dice.
Yeah.
But if I want to go, no, I've got no shields, and just barrel roll out of the proton bomb, then I have that option. But as I can't, I do the Daredevil boost and just go, cool, we'll sit behind the spray. I hope it's not a blinded pilot.
Yeah, that would be quite glorious. And then Snappy.
It does his 3 hard and claims the top objective.
So, Grievous does a 2 bank to the left. Oh my lordy, whoop-de-doop-de-doop-de. And I just focus, because I think I've still got a shot onto Jess.
It was interesting, because I was expecting the focus boost.
So I figured if I boosted, I'm just slapping myself behind the rock, and Grievous is actually hurting.
See,
he's only got 3 health
interestingly, looking at that, I thought you'd leave just enough gap to maybe the left-hand side of your base is in the rock, but not near the rock. But I thought your nubs would actually be outside. I mean,
yeah, but I wouldn't be able to actually come around after the X-wings.
Yeah, but you would be able to...
I'd be stuck going right.
But then you could go down and claim that bottom objective.
Yes, but I could do that anyway, right?
Well, that's true. But I just thought, this turn you'd get a better shot, because you'd get a range.
Yeah, but only slightly better.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I just really didn't want to be stressed.
I mean, that's fair. Then Aura.
Yeah, so Aura just does a 1 straight. And I reinforce the bum, because there's a bunch of people behind me.
Yep.
So Dirge does I believe that is a 2 bank to the left and a focus, and Volan does a 2 bank to the left and boosts.
The bomb goes off.
My circle.
It does catch my 3 T70s. So shield on Jess and Nimi. A stunned pilot on Care. That's fine. If I fly over a rock, I deserve to take the extra damage.
Yeah.
It's the way I always look at stunned pilot. I've been playing the game long enough now that I should be able to work out where a rock is.
Yeah, exactly.
So none of your fires have shots.
We say that.
I know, it still happens. We go to my falls. Nothing for Snappy. So I have a range 2 bullseye into the fire spray. I roll focus, blank. I M9 into a hit.
I roll 2 blanks, so that's another shield on Oregon. Last shield down.
Then your falls.
So, I can't remember who I shoot with
Well,
Aura.
you've pinged Jess,
Yeah.
and I think you do go into Jess, and I think this is a mistake.
Oh, actually no. I think I went to Jess because Grievous also had a shot.
I mean, that's fair, but I still think you go into Nemi and try and strip that focus. Because if you strip the focus, her ability's useless.
That's true. But what I was thinking is like, because you've got the 2 shields, I was like, even if I roll three, you probably just don't spend the focus.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe.
Just because you have 2 shields, and if you roll any evade, it's just on the shields.
Yeah.
I was like, let's try and focus fire on the people who.
That's fair.
So I roll crit blank focus, it looks like.
Yep.
I believe I spent the force for hit crit.
I roll 2 evades.
Then Grievous has range 2 obstructed shot into Jess. And I roll hit crit blank. Grievous rerolled into another hit, so hit crit.
I roll 3 evades.
Woo!
Jess is like, nope, I do not need R2D2 this game. So Jess does the range 2 into the fire spray. Rolls blank blank crit, spends her charge, and re-rolls into hit crit crit.
I roll blank focus, so the reinforce takes away the hit, and I take 2 crits.
2 crits. They are a stunned pilot and a loose stabilizer.
So Aura is officially screwed.
It's not ideal.
No, Aura is screwed, because going straight bumps me into dirge right now.
Yeah.
And if I go fast enough that I jump over dirge, I'm probably not coming back on board.
Yeah. And then Nemi has a range 2 shot. Rolls hit crit.
I roll evade focus, so I just take a crit thanks to the reinforce.
Just takes the crit. And it is another loose stabilizer.
Yeah.
Which suddenly makes turning a lot more difficult, because you're on 3 health,
Yeah.
and if you move, that's 2 of them gone.
Yep.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't...
And also, but like Snappy's to my right, there's 3 X-Wings behind me, so I just commit to that Aura's dying this round.
Yeah.
And you get 3 objective points. But what I do have is 3 ships that like flanking on a flank, and there's a very juicy fire spray bait for Sean to try.
Yeah, I'll have to remember, because I don't remember this game 100%, and I'm pretty sure I fall for that fire spray bait, and I shouldn't have.
I think you just didn't think I would turn in.
What I should have done was just hard turn Snappy, let him deal with the spray.
Yeah.
Maybe even care as well. And I should have turned... Oh, I think the reason I don't turn Jess is because I'm not sure I can do Jess and Nemi on the same...
Yeah, on the same move.
Same move, because
I'm
Jess...
not sure you have to.
Jess...
You just need to be a range 1. I like that's a decent size bomb.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should have just too hard left with Nemi and a 1 bank with Jess. But hey, let's get into it and see what I actually do, because who knows with me.
So, because whilst I could have gone for the fire objective of Grievous, because Aura took so much damage, I'm like, okay, he's about to get 7 points. I can't afford the 2 turns it will take for go and claim that objective.
Yeah.
Because you'll get a bunch of points in that meantime. So I actually just need to, which is possible. I have the damage output.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's going to be a proton bomb behind Aura, because why the heck not?
Yep. Indeedy. I changed my mind a million times on what I want to do. Because I am umming and ahhing about whether I turn in after Volan, or whether I think Grievous can 2-bank boost behind. And actually, I think even just a 1-bank with Jess, you wouldn't get that shot. But, yeah. But we roll off, and unsurprisingly, for 6 times in a row, I am first player.
Yeah. Sean just likes going first. Can't be helped.
Yeah. There is the proton bomb. I mean, I expected it.
Yeah.
So Nemi does a 2 straight, and then boosts to the left to go around the side of Aura.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting that.
Because Jess does a 3-bank to sit just behind her. So I shouldn't have in hindsight. It's too much on a 1 health fire spray. Maybe.
Well, to be fair, Aura's not 1 health yet.
No, but likely is.
With the second loose stabilizer, it meant that I can't actually go straight and fix, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's maybe Nemi, fine. I put Nemi where she is, but if a 3-hearted Jess to cover off Volan turning in.
Yeah.
We go to Care, who does a 3-bank and bumps into Jess. So yeah, I really should have done that. I don't take a damage from that. And I do a 1-bank from Snappy, because I know roughly where the fire spray is going to be.
Yeah.
And I take a focus.
So, Aura does a 1-bank to the right, clears the stress, pings both laser stabilizers, takes 2 more damage. So she's down onto 1. And I just focus, because I'm going to get a shot.
Yep.
So Grievous is a 1 hard to the left, cutting just in behind the rock.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I expected Volan, but not Grievous.
Yeah. And high focus. Volan does a 1 hard to the left and focuses. Dirge does a 1 hard to the left. Focus barrel rolls, because now I've got a bunch of nice shots on Kirton and Jess. And hopefully between the 3 shots and the bomb, I can put some serious hurt on you.
Yeah. But I was kind of okay with that, because it means you've given... If, say, Snappy kills the fire spray, you've suddenly given Jess and Nemi a target, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, like, there's... I didn't really see any option of this.
Oh, no, I get it. The bomb goes off. It catches the same 3 ships, so another shield on Jess and Nemi, and a panic pilot. That was it. Panic pilot.
You've gained a pilot stress.
Yeah, panic pilot on Care. That's fine. She's on 2. She probably dies this.
All right. So we try to do some initiative killing. Dirge fires a proton cannon at Kirkwood.
Oh look, 4 paint again.
2 focuses, 2 crits. I spend the focus for 2 hits and change 1 to a crit.
So
3 crits.
She's dead regardless. She takes hit, crit.
And then Volan has what I think is a range 2 outmaneuver.
I believe so. Yes.
I roll focus, hit, crit, and I spend my focus for hit, crit.
I roll 1 evade, so I take shield and a crit. The crit is a disabled power regulator.
Then your 4s engage.
And my 4s engage.
I think we've given Jess's Ion a little too soon, but it doesn't really matter.
I mean, yeah, I just punk it down there, because what difference does it make?
Actually, it does matter. It does matter, because that tricks me into trying to use Aura's ability when you wouldn't have had the Ion there yet.
What's her ability do?
I can trade red tokens between enemies at range 1, so I spent the Force to try and reach for her to give the Ion to someone else. That's on me. I just forgot that it wasn't there yet. No,
that's my bad then. I should not have put that there.
Yeah, but having the Force wouldn't have mattered in the end. I was just reaching for coolness, because I was like, "Ooh, Jessica has to do an Iron maneuver. If I give it to someone else, 2 of you have to do Iron maneuvers."
What?
Like, obviously, Jess wouldn't have to do it this turn, but someone else would have to do an Iron maneuver, and then Jess would still have to do.
Yeah, that's true.
But it doesn't. It wouldn't matter in the end, because I already have the focus on Aura, and Aura wasn't living no matter what.
What is good? Here we go. Oh yeah, I'm checking bullseyes for R6D8. Snappy has a range 1 shot into Aura, rolls hit, crit, focus blank, re-rolls the blank into a blank, suspends the focus for hit, crit.
Alright, I roll blank evade, I take a bunch of stuff. I can't remember what the crit is. I think it's hull breach.
It was a hull breach. I was kind of hoping for a blinded there. Then it goes to your 4s.
So I try to engage, try to use my ability, but Jess is out of range. Not that she was a legal target, actually, because she doesn't have that Ion yet, but it doesn't matter. I still have the focus at this point, so the Force is irrelevant, and I'm dead. So I just shoot range 2 into Aura. I roll blank, not Aura, sorry, Jess. I roll blank, crit.
I roll evade, focus. I spend the focus. I'm not going to risk it for 2 evades.
Then Grievous has a range 2 shot into Jess with Grievous rerolls. I roll focus, blank, hit. I reroll the blank into a blank. Spend the focus.
I roll evade, blank. I spend her charge to reroll the blank into a blank. So I take a hit, and Jess is on 2.
Yes.
But with Aura's death, that puts us at 12-12.
And you're going to get 3 points. So 15-12.
Oh yeah, and then we forget that Jess and Nemi actually have to take a shot, and I'm pretty sure we go back and do this in a second. I hope we go back and do this in a second. Or we don't! Well, there we go. I'm flexing that much. I don't need 2 of my ships to shoot.
Yeah, apparently
apparently.
so. Apparently so. You're just not shooting.
Oh, this is a litany of. Yeah, I was like, oh, I've killed the fire spray. That's my target done. Why the hell did I not shoot with Jess and Nimi?
You know what? I don't even know. Like it's not like I didn't think we even rushed it. Right? It was just we took.
Yeah,
that was it, I guess.
Wow. All right. So we roll off for turn 6, and finally, I'm not first player, which is nice. Nimi does a Talon roll to the right. Jess does her Ion Maneuver 1 bank to the right and takes a focus.
Grievous has a 5 straight. Because I was hoping to sneakily get in range of one of the objectives, but I think I've literally dodged both of them. No, it's a 4 straight because I was afraid of the rock. So a 4 straight, I've just dodged both of them, and I just take a focus because I wasn't sure where your ships was going. So I was like, I want to try and just get into some safe space because I've still got a turn. Of madness.
Oh god, I've just remembered the ending to this game. Snappy does a 1 bank to the left and just takes a focus.
Dirge does a 4 straight, clears the stress, and I believe I claim the center objective.
Yeah.
And then Volan does a 3 hard to the left, just skirting past the rock, and takes a focus.
Yeah.
And then I shoot Jess in the bum because I'm directly behind her. Range 1, I roll blank, focus, hit, spend the focus for 3 hits.
I roll a focus, I spend it, she still dies.
So all of a sudden it's 15-16.
It's 15-16. The only other shot is Nimi, range 2 into General Grievous. She rolls hit, crit.
I roll blank, and I Solus blank. I take 2 hits and a crit, and the crit is a ship crit, so I'm still alive on 1.
But you've only got 1 health left, and you've got no more Impervium, so...
Yep. You know what? I've basically been a 10 health ship.
Yeah. As Grievous regularly
take
is. So I score 2, you score 1. It's 17-17.
Yeah.
And there's still 40 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, we've been pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dodging stuff. I mean, 6 rounds, so yeah.
Yeah. We've done pretty quick.
Oh, and that was me checking the overlay because I'd done the overlay wrong.
You know, I can't remember what I do in this turn. I feel like Grievous is. Oh no, this is the Grievous gets out of dodge game, isn't it? This is
yes,
Grievous
it is.
World.
Okay, so we roll off, and it's back to me being first player.
We had a break, and now it's back to regular service.
So Nimi just does a 1 straight and takes a focus because either Grievous has got to go fast, and then he's not shooting me, or I'm going to get a shot at him. Snappy does a 3 bank, does a free Snappy boost, and again, I should have closed my wings, but hindsight, because I'm trying to reach for the center objective. I'm just out.
So Grievous goes for the 4 straight, just past the Mustache Rock. I want to claim the objective, but Nimi is right there, and so I boost to the left. And I think I don't focus because I'm pretty sure I've dodged your arc here.
Yeah, because
Volan does a 5k because I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. I land at range 1 of Nimi, so I ditch my stress and give you a strain, and then I claim the objective that Nimi is under. And Volan and Dirge does a 2 Talon to the left, basically sort of lining up a vague shot towards Nimi. And I take a range 2 obstructed shot. I roll 2 hits.
I roll 2 blanks. So Nimi is down to 3 health.
And then Volan has a range 3 obstructed shot into Temin. And I roll 2 hits and a focus.
I dodge it. And then no shot from Snappy. Nimi's just got the shot back.
Nimi decides to shoot this round.
She uses her ability and ends up with hit crit.
Dirge rolls evade focus. So that's the shield's gone from Dirge.
And it's 18-19 in your favour. Yes, it is. Very looks like you've pigeonholed Grievous into 1 Harding.
Yeah,
effectively.
But
so
well,
that's the question, isn't it? I've got to 50-50 it of which way. So we roll off, and you're first player.
Yep.
But it only really counts on Snappy versus Grievous, and they're nowhere near each other. So
Yeah, Snappy and Grievous are not having a fight, so it's all good.
So it's not a mistake, but here's something that makes life a little harder for me. I closed my wings with Nimi, and I won bank. Because what I wanted to do was barrel roll to the left and link it to a focus. Because that blocks off the one hard to the left.
Yeah.
And if you've gone right, you're in the bullseye. Or you've got a boost out of it, but I'll get a shot. Yeah. And I think what I actually do when I realise exactly where I've landed is I change my mind and I claim the objective. Because if I claim the objective and it stays as well, Snappy, I know, is going to get to claim an objective.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think you can claim that one back. So if I claim this one, you're forced into an action of claiming it back, otherwise I just win.
Yeah.
But I don't, because I do go for the barrel roll into a boost, which is why I opened it, so he can ignore me. What I should have done was claim the objective.
Yeah. So I one hard to the right, and I don't like the range one shot. I'm going to straight.
So yeah, focus boost. Snappy does a full straight over the rock. I take the hit and the crit. That is the 2 shields left. And then I claim the centre objective.
So Volan does a one hard to the left behind Nimi. And I think I focus boost, and this is a mistake. And it's just an unfortunate part of the Tri-Fighter action. I really wanted to barrel roll, but I needed the focus. But I also wanted range 1, because Nimi is very killable.
Oh yeah, definitely. 3 health left.
But the problem is, I think this isn't a mistake, because I need to kill Nimi, because if Nimi gets a shot, Nimi has a pretty decent shot at killing Grievous. And Dirge does a 2 straight to clear the stress, because I thought Nimi might claim that objective, so I was just saying Dirge, go do that. He then cloaks. This is the game-breaking and losing mistake, because I cloaked here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I cloaked. I think I just mentally given up, because I was like, the game's over this turn. Dirge isn't going to do anything, so cloaking doesn't matter.
Yeah. So basically, what it comes down to is, if I kill Grievous, I win. If you kill Nimi before I get to kill Grievous, you win. If nobody dies, we tie 20-20.
Yeah.
So you have your range 1 outmaneuver shot into Nimi. It's 4 on 1 and you need to get 3 through.
Yeah. I roll 2 hits, 2 blanks.
I roll an evade, so she takes 1. Then I range 2 into Grievous. No bullseye, so I am down a dice to 2. I roll hit blank. I use her ability and spend the focus for 2.
I roll evade focus, spend the focus for 2.
So, hey look, it's 20-20.
So, hey look, it's 20-20. There's another turn, and Dirge is bloody cloaked.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been cloaked, if he just focused like a sensible person, one hard focus boost, and then I've got Volan and Dirge shooting Nimi.
Yeah. But this is the issue, isn't
it? Dirge can't decloak in a sensible position. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can only decloak forward. But I have the Tri-Fighter behind me.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll end up with the same thing of, I need to kill Grievous and you need to kill Nimi, but you can stop Nimi getting a shot by initiative killing her.
Yeah, the problem I have is that Volan can't go slow, and if you bank, Volan can't get a shot without bumping you.
Yeah, I was expecting a 2 hard. So I one bank, I keep the wings shut because I focus into a barrel roll to try and cut inside. Like, Grievous is forced into a position where he is that I don't think you can do a blue and get a shot.
Yeah.
And if you do, I'm not sure you can do any maneuver and get a shot there, to be honest. But certainly if you do, you'll be stressed, so...
Yeah. So I think I just 2 hard and leave it where I am. Because I was like, maybe Nimi just rolls forward, so I'm just going to try and maintain not being at range 1.
I do a 3 hard with Snappy, who boosts and takes a focus.
Dirge does a 1 bank to the right and focuses because he's a sad panda and Sam is an idiot. And then Volan does a 2 bank to the right and focuses, and the game is over. The shooting doesn't matter.
Because
I screwed up. I literally threw the game by cloaking with Dirge because I thought the game was already.
Because all I had to do on that last round was make sure Nimi didn't get shot. Because obviously I'm 2-1 up on the objective, so. But I mean, it's 22-21.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it literally, I just threw. I think I had the game with Grievous surviving that shot as long as I don't cloak Dirge.
Yeah.
Because I say had the game. In theory, both Dirge and Volan should be able to kill Nimi if they're both shooting.
But even if we'd done exactly what we did here, Dirge can, without being cloaked, could still turn in.
Exactly, that's what I mean by
at least you get a shot. Like
if Dirge is able to shoot, Nimi has to be a bit more careful because by this time Dirge has definitely got the proton cannon, and I'll be looking to line that one up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I lose 22-21. It was a bloody close game.
Yeah, it was a good game. So let's do the quick curtain roundup, shall we? Because it was really interesting. So I played Steve Burnett turn 1, and that was close. But I scraped a win there. Game 2. Game 2, I got diced. Like, my opponent played very well, but we so what happened was turn 1, I went a little bit too fast with Nimi. And he had boy Luke in his list. And he full straighted with Luke, did the attack speed, got target lock for the double modded Torp. And I was like, right, take that. Nimi lost 3 shields. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's probably
double modded Torp.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, he's kind of left Luke pigeonholed between 2 obstacles, so he's forced to go in, and I can get all my ships on Luke. So let's go in, let's get the block on Luke. And see what we can do. If Nimi dies, but I can take Luke out, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's right.
So everyone does various maneuvers, and it ends up with Luke blocked into Jess. And then I ended up with a range 1 shot from Elo, a range 1 shot from Nimi, a range 2 shot from Snappy, and a range 0 shot from Jess. So obviously Luke shoots first because I think he was first player that turn. Range 1 into Nimi. I'm like, okay, it's 4 dice, but he's only got a focus. I've got 4 health. 4 hits out of hand.
Ouch.
Nimi rolls double blank. So Nimi dies.
Yeah.
Like 1 evade, 1 focus result even, or 1 blank in the attack roll, and I survive.
Yeah.
Like, alright. So then I pile in the 2 range 1, the 2 range 1s, the range 2, and the range 0 into Luke, and I do 2 shields. And they were all double modded shots. Apart from the range 0, obviously. And then Luke just buggered off. And then 2 of my other ships died to range 0 shots where just 3 paint out of hand. And it's like,
it always sucks, but that is the way of
range
0.
Exactly. It's like, it was a good game. It was quite close in the end. But dice be dice. Turn 3. Turn 3. I can't stop saying turn. Game 3 was another tin, Chris Burnett. So I got father and son.
Nice.
And that was a close game, and I'm pretty sure that he won't mind me saying this, and tough if he does. Chris threw that game. He had 2 opportunities to win it, and unfortunately made the wrong call. So I think I scraped through like 21-19 or 20-19.
Oh, sounds like a close game then.
It was very, very close. And then I went into game 4, and I was paired against Dom, who was currently 3-0. I was 2-1, but I think I had better mission points and SOS at that point. So I have a I mean, I don't know exactly until the ladder, but if I'd beaten him, spoilers, I didn't. There was every chance that I actually won the event. So, really interesting. I didn't. I got absolutely wrecked. Dom was flying 2 Nantex, Sunfac and Chertek, Grievous, Dirge, and DFS-081, I think.
2.i3 droid.
Yeah, independent calculations and shells, I believe. He flew incredibly well. Like, I couldn't call where he was going. Sunfac was so hard to get away from, and what ruined me was the tractors. Because 1 health T-70s die fast. Like,
when you don't have a second dice to trigger heroic.
Yeah, and I mean, we all sit there and moan about heroic rolling, when you roll a focus, but at least you have opportunities when you do roll those double blanks. But it was also that combined with like Sunfac getting the extra dice, because quite a lot of the time and is it Chertek gets the re-rolls?
Yeah, Chertek gets re-rolls, Sunfac gets an extra dice.
And like quite a lot of the time, I only had 1 green, but I rolled quite a lot of 1 evades on that 1 green. But it was just, the damage was just pumping through, and they melted. And I think I curb stomped something like 23-7, something like that. Oof. Like, it really was. Ouch. So ended up 2-2. Ended up 5th. Ironically, ended up behind both the people that I beat, which is quite amusing. But like, the takeaway is I was like this close to winning.
Yeah.
So I don't think, in hindsight, I've played 10 games with them now, 6 against you, 4 at the event. I don't think 5 T-70s is oppressive. Like, almost all of our games were close.
Yeah.
The ones at the event were all close, apart from the one I got outflown and stomped on. I'm also not convinced that 5 T-70s is the way forward. I think 3, maybe 4, depending on the list, as a backbone is a better way of doing it, and then having other options, because while they can take a hit and they do deal out a lot of damage, I was finding, particularly in the event, that even on 3 dice double modded, sometimes it was hard to push the damage through. So they weren't, and it's sometimes hard to get all of them onto the same target.
Right, yeah.
Especially when your opponent has a list that can set up, say, something in the middle, 2 ships on each flank, and then you have to commit to one or the other, and then the other side kind of wrecks you. So I'm looking at evolving the list, and I've got 2 ways I'm looking at evolving it. One is replacing 2 of the T-70s with something like a Falcon.
Yeah, I can see that being the way to go. Like Poe, Rey, or Lando are all good. Right?
Yeah,
they're just simply good.
1 of the Falcons, 2 of the 4-pointers, probably Elo and Snappy, and then you get an extra point, so you can upgrade the 3rd T-70 to someone like Nien, or 1 of the other 5-pointers, or another 5-pointer ship, Kova, something like that. See how that functions.
Yeah,
and then the other way I'm looking at it is keeping 5 ships, but 1 of the T-70s becomes a 3-pointer, and I'm looking personally at Jess in the pod, because I think she could just slot in with, not Jess, Rose in the pod even, because she could just slot in with Jess as being that ship that's near Jess, and you have those 2 fly together. You have Rose behind Jess so that Rose gets her re-rolls and her attack rolls. And Jess has a ship for her ability, and then that gives you 3 T-70s you could flank.
Yeah.
That also nets you an extra point, so again you can upgrade one of, like, Care can become Nien, so you gain an initiative, because there are a lot of I-5 out there. And
I can see that being a problem.
And you gain other advantage. I think my build for him at the moment is Pattern Analyzer, APT, and Heroic, which is great. Or instead of Jess, looking at Jaeger in the Fireball, because he is I-5. He's got a slam, which means he can get places. And that's why I was, funny. Maybe I do set up an objective in my opponent's corner on scramble, and then slam Jaeger up there. And as you said with the Tri-Fighters, if he dies, it's 3 points. If not, you claim a point, and it's an advantage.
Annoying to get back to.
Exactly. And again, an extra point, and that would end up looking. I haven't finalised it, but that would end up looking something like Jaeger, Nien, Elo, and then probably like Care and Snappy. So you've suddenly got 2 4s, 3 5s.
Yeah, so you're just upping the average initiative,
and you can get it. You can still get it so that all of them are double modded in one form or another. Right. Because Jaeger can take M9 to give a roll to someone else and take Predator. I mean, he's only a 2-dice gun. He's probably not doing a lot of shooting, but he's there for other functions, I suppose. You still get like R68 on Snappy. Elo can have Predator. Nien could take the M9 lock, but also if you can start Talon rolling and K-turning behind people, he's going to end up double modded anyway, with Pattern Analyzer and his ability to shed the stress. So, yeah, that's where I'm looking at. I think they're better options, because I think it gives you more flexibility in the games.
Yeah. Basically, you're sacrificing stats for flexibility.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the way to go, because you need the flexibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, it's interesting. What I also do want to try, and will put on the table at Club Night at some point in the near future, is the bombers, the TIE bombers. I nearly brought them to Kirton, but because they weren't legal in the first points update that we got the week beforehand, and I wasn't sure whether they'd be legal, even though they were released the day beforehand, I didn't want to practice them, find out I couldn't take them, and then just have to take a random list. Because they do what the T-70s do, but they will punch because they can make their opponents reroll the defensive dice with salvo. With saturation salvo, you get 3 of them, 2 at I4 or 1 at I5, and then you've got 10 points to play with to put in what else. I've seen people running rack and a 3-point. Having an I5 decimator is nice.
I can see that being good.
Boy Vader and Fifth Brother. One I was considering, actually, I'm curious on your take on this, Sam, was Boy Vader and Rampage in the heavy.
I mean, I do like me a good heavy.
So, like, Rampage's ability is after you execute, I think it's a speed 3 or 4 maneuver, and it's execute, not fully execute. Pick a ship at range 0 to 1 in your turret arc. That ship gains 1 strain token, unless you are damaged, in which case it gains 2.
Yeah.
So you just ram it.
That's always fun.
You ram it into people, you bump.
Yeah.
And then suddenly that strain when you've got 3 lots of double modded barrage rockets coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, until you're damaged, it's only 1, so it's the first shot, but it's still a relevant shot.
But it's also, let's be fair, a TIE heavy with 1 green. It's likely to get damaged. Or you don't shoot it, and I'm okay with that, because I'm still going around dishing out.
Yeah. You're screaming,
woo! Yeah, exactly. So, like, yeah, I am looking at that for a possibility.
Yeah, no, I can see that working. I don't know. It's hard to rate the TIE heavy because they've never been good before.
No, like my concern is you do it for the initial engagement, and then you really struggle to actually get back round and get a speed 3 or 4 to do it, and it's going to be putting it on the table and finding out whether you can or not.
I mean, I think it could work as a ship. Like you just do it for the initial engagement, coast around. Like you are a medium base, so for like satellites, are doing relatively happy.
So yeah, that'd be interesting. That's where I'm looking at, because obviously we have got the Welsh Open coming up at the end of this month. That is getting closer.
Yes, it is.
And then the Tin Squadron Cornwall Store Championship is on the 15th of July. So if anyone fancies a trip down to sunny old Cornwall, no sunshine promised, to try and win a World's invite.
Sunny old Cornwall, sunshine not guaranteed.
It's been pretty nice the last week, to be fair. So that's probably our summer over and done with.
Yeah, I imagine so.
But yeah,
Our mini heat wave.
yeah. No, it was a good event. It was a good learning curve. Yeah, I don't. Everyone was looking at T7. Like Dom said to me, he said every single list I've practiced with, I've played against T70s to make sure it can beat 5 T70s. But yeah, I want to continue playing around and evolving, I suppose. I just need to get some games in.
Yeah, but we've been distracted, haven't we?
Yeah.
By a certain release.
Yes. So Sam and I are both jumping heavily into Shatterpoint. So there's many models to be built and painted there because it looks great fun. If anyone's looking for a new game, I can highly recommend it. Yeah. But on that note, we better wrap it up for this week. We will be back next week with some more practice.
Yeah, some more practice.
Who knows? Likelihood is it'll probably be a TTS game because I'm getting enough practice in. It means I don't have to take all the stuff into club night, which does make life a lot easier.
Yeah.
But we'll see how we go. So on that note, I'll just say thank you and see you guys next week.
Yeah, ta-ta everyone.